Hello again, I'm 3D Modeler on YouTube, and this is the second in the series on how to make a model in 3ds Max. And I'll now show you how to edit and add vertices to any given object. In this case I have a box, and if you've seen the first one with the introduction, you'll have a better understanding on what I'm going through here. So I strongly advise you to start from the beginning. So here we have the box from the last time. I'll just zoom out here in the perspective view so that we have a better view of the box. And now I'll go to the Objects modifier. And the Objects modifier is found over here on the right side. And it's this button here that says Modifier. I'll just click it. And as you can see here, the modifier lists the box that's selected. You can see the selection brackets are on the box. It's small white ones around it. And if you go below it, you have the parameters for the box itself. So when you go over it, you have the parameters for the box itself: length, width, height, length segments, width segments, and height segments. In this case, we'll add more segments to the box so that we will have something to work from, in this case 3. So as you can see, the box in the top, front and left viewport got these lines. And these are actually the segments that the box is made out of. So in order for us to be able to modify the box, we have to right click the box. I just go ahead and right click on the box, and you'll see the sub menu here. And if you go down to the transform menu, it's the small more darker gray area here that indicates it, and I go down to convert to an editable poly. Now this will make the box into an editable poly, obviously. So when I hit, and you can see the modifiers panel here is changed as well. And as you can see here, we have 3 small points here, or 3 small stars, and it says vertex. These are the vertices that the box is made out of, and I'll just go ahead here, right click on the text that says perspective, and I'll go here and select the one down here saying its faces. So now you're able to see the lines that we created on all the other viewports. Now, so what I'm going to do now is show you how to modify the box. And as we did in the previous tutorial, I showed you how to use the basic tools. Just go up here and remove the selection from the snap toggle increments on the move tool, and for the scaling tool we don't have to need those. But so now we're going to the select and move tool that we showed you before. Now with the vertex button enabled, we're able to select just by click and drag over the vertexes we want to select, or it's not vertexes but it's called vertices. So we'll select the vertices that we want to modify, and we can just use the move tools as we did with the box before. So as you can see, the box is now we are now able to modify the box. So now I'll just go ahead and do some modeling work on this box just for fun, like so. And as you can see, the box is being transformed the way we want it to. I should probably mention that if you want to rotate your perspective view, you can press the Alt button on your keyboard and the middle mouse button, and that will allow you to move the mouse around and get a view that you like to move on further. Now when I do this modeling in the perspective view, I sometimes like to have it fit the whole screen here, or at least the 4 that is shown here: top, front, left, and perspective view. So I'll go down here in the bottom right corner and click the button there, and that will expand my perspective view to fit the full screen here. Now sometimes you want to add more vertices, so that can be done by right clicking the object. Just have your mouse hovering over the object and you'll see the sub menu here. And as you can see from the previous one we did, this one has expanded. So we go to Tools 1 and up here to Cut. Now this is the Cut tool. This will allow you to cut, and as you can see, the cursor has also changed. Now, when I hover the cursor over a line, you will be able to see that there's a line and and this will indicate that you have the line selected, or where you want to cut the line. As well as when you go to the vertices, you're able to see it be narrow, so that you're able to see that you have your vertex selected. As well as you can go to a free space on any face, and a face is made out of free vertices, as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, or more. As you can see here on the side here, there's 4. So a vertices is basically made out of 3 vertices or more. So as you can see here, we added a line, and we can also go ahead and add an extra line to it here. And I'll just go ahead and rotate it a bit, and I right click to deselect the cut tool, and as you can see, I got my normal cursor back. I'll select the vertices by hovering over it and clicking it, and as you can see, we have the move tool selected. I'll just move it out like so. So as you can see here, this is a very handy and fast tool to add more vertices. I should also mention that there's a quick cut tool in the submenu that we selected previously. I right click the object again and go to quick slice. This will allow you to cut a slice through the box. But there's a problem with this tool, or not a problem, but the way it works can be a bit irritating sometimes, and I'll show you how. So I have this perspective view here, and I want to make a nice vertical slice through my object, and I'll cut by here, and I move it so that it's almost vertical, like so, and I'll click it again. So as you can see now, it is a straight line through my object, but it's created from the point of view of the camera at that time the cut was created. So by getting this a nice and straight view, I just hit Ctrl+C on the keyboard to undo, and I'll hit the viewport maximizer again. In this case, it will minimize it so that I get my 4 viewports back, and I'll right click the object again and select quick slice again, and this time I'll do the quick slicing from either of the top, front, or left viewport, and this will allow me to make a nice even slice through the object. And I'll just maximize the perspective view again, and as you can see, I got a nice even slice through the object. And as you can see, all the new vertices on the slice that we created is selected by default. So just for adding some more interesting stuff to this box we created, as you can see, the small vertices that were selected previously is also selected. I'll deselect this vertice by clicking Alt on the keyboard and dragging the mouse over it. This will deselect any vertices that you cover. And now I'll just move these out a bit so it looks like this. So this is basically how you add vertices in 3ds Max. I'm 3D Modeler on YouTube. Thanks for watching.